What is going on, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the 2 Cents Footy Podcast. My name is Zachary McAllister, and as usual, I'm joined by my co-host. Let's start with Luke Johnson this week. How's it going, bro?
The only guy that has approximately zero hype for the Prem, like no team to support. I'm just here, I'm just watching. Otherwise, I'm pretty chilled, bro, not gonna lie. Probably have COVID, but it's come at a good time because you've got a long weekend, so hopefully I can just recover. And then get back on Wednesday. But like FPL-wise and footy-wise, it's great to be back. Literally, I'm supposed to study. I've got a test like coming soon, but guys, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, every single flippin' fixture looked juicy. Every single one, bro. I was watching like even the bottom tier ones. I was just watching everything I possibly could. So yeah, it's good to be back.
I will say the Premier League does a good job of spacing out their games. Like, there's always an interesting matchup at every time slot. So, like, there was Liverpool game early yesterday, then the Tottenham game, then the Chelsea game. And then today it was the circus started everything out, and then the City game. So, yeah, Premier League's doing a good job keeping its audience engaged. Yeah. Dan, how are you doing?
I'm doing swimmingly, bro. I'm rubbing my hands together here. I had the privilege of watching both Man United and Liverpool bottle it. And then obviously watch Tottenham get that dub. And still had, got back in time to watch the second half of the rugby and watch, SA get that easy W over New Zealand. So I'm spoiled this weekend.
Yes!
Except FPL. FPL, I'm not so spoiled this weekend, but you guys can tune into our FPL podcast. Shameless plug. Tune in there and just, see what happened this week.
Yeah, it was a rough week for all of us, including Hayden, who I believe... Have you made a team, Hayden, for FPL this season?
No. I mean, I've been very honest and upfront that I'm not gonna... That FPL is not my vibe. So I think I'm just saving myself the embarrassment of being utterly and completely trounced.
Hayden shows peace.
It's just one of those weekends, It was a weekend of football. It was
just a weekend.
It was.
The pitch was dry,
It was a blessed Sunday, naturally.
It's just
it was a blessed Sunday when you have the era of Erik ten Hag beginning in the most beautiful and artistic way possible with an absolute bashing by Brighton of all clubs. So it was fun.
My man's got a point.
It was a fun Sunday.
If United had won though, Hayden would have been laties for you, bro.
Nah. But
at least now you can kind of
when do United ever
it.
win football games? Guys, I'm calling it right now. Maybe United get relegated. Who knows?
The hot take.
Oh, the hot take.
As long as they have Harry Maguire at the back there, it's never quite certain that they'll stay up.
Actually, Harry Maguire, despite conceding 2 goals today, was not that bad. He was much improved than he was last season.
Only 2 goals today, gents. He's working his way up to 1 goal and
by the way,
0 goals.
Majority of the blame should go to David De Gea for those goals. Just saying.
I don't understand why
But
Martinez
he won't get it because our fan base is obsessed with dunking on Maguire instead of actually analysing games.
Now Martinez there 5'5" as a centre back. To me, that just makes no sense.
What?
Dude, I don't understand that, Zach. Please tell me the idea behind that signing.
Oh, Dan, you are a classic opposition fan.
He's
looking
175.
So
he played well today, bro.
The reason our defense sucks is because we have a short centre back and we have Harry Maguire at the back. Meanwhile, David De Gea that is doing dance moves like he's out there in 80s disco in our penalty area instead of coming out and claiming crosses and making saves.
I mean, so West Ham's whole build-up play is throw it over the top to Antonio and then he just holds it up. So what's Martinez? What is Martinez ever gonna do against him? You get what I'm saying? Like just going into the game. Like
it's about matchups. It's about matchups. Does Brighton have Antonio? No. Therefore, Martinez can play.
Yeah. There's just so many teams that have that Antonio figure where they just throw over the top, especially the lower teams. You throw it over the top, What's Martinez gonna like? You know.
All I'm hearing here is short slander here, and I don't appreciate this.
I mean, bro, if he played,
I think
put him at CDM
he
even,
can be short
bro.
and decent.
Put him just anyone except Fred, bro. Throw Martinez in there, bring Varane back, or even Lindelof. Yeah.
Wait, so I'm getting slandered by Daniel for having a short centre back in my team when he has a central midfielder who can't dribble in his. I refuse to accept this.
When did Skip play? That's my question.
He played for you last season. He would have played for you basically the entirety of last season had he not got injured.
True.
He was first choice.
But he
Exactly.
did not play. He did not play.
Yeah, exactly. So what's the point of your criticism, Zach?
My point is, had Skip not gotten
He's just
injured, he
projecting
would have been
things.
first choice for Spurs last season.
And we still
then
got
just
top four.
projects
Like
it.
I don't understand where the story is going. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that, like, you want to go after one aspect of Martinez's game. Like, okay, sure, he's short. He's got an impressive aerial duel success rate when he was in the Champions League and in the Eredivisie last season. Plus, he's an amazing passer from the back, great defender. Like, it's just one aspect of his game. Sure, like, he might get dunked on by Antonio, but then you've got Trent Alexander-Arnold getting dunked on by strikers week in, week out at the back post. Like, come on.
Valid.
Yeah.
Valid.
Hayden, bro, please explain. Was it the players? Was it the setup? Like, especially in the first half. The first half looked ridiculous, bro. Like, no one could have predicted it. I know you think guys partied
think-
too long. Preseason wasn't hectic enough. Like,
Nah, bro.
what was
Look, I
the
mean,
story?
when you win the Community Shield and you become, by all metrics, the most successful club in England, reclaiming your rightful place, I mean, I can imagine there must be some forms of celebration. But I think, in all seriousness, I think it was just a matter of overconfidence of a team playing, a double winning club playing against a newly promoted team. I think the guys just walked in there with an air of nonchalance that obviously backfired. I also think maybe it's also the fact that this is a team that played every single match last season, and the effects of that are still lingering. I mean, Liverpool's midfield has an horrendous, the injuries to Liverpool's midfield are horrendous already. Actually, Liverpool's injuries all over the show are really quite bad, and the league just started.
I know your
So I
your
think
starting lineup looked chill there. There wasn't really anyone.
Yeah, but there's no a lot of the depth that Liverpool's supposed to have is sitting in the fitness room, the medical room. Look,
With
I
asthma
think the
pumps,
starting
bro.
lineup was strong. I think the problem is, of course, overconfidence.
Yeah,
maybe being a bit
definitely.
rusty. But I mean, you can't even say they were rusty because they were brilliant against Man City last week. So I don't know. I
Interesting,
think
yeah.
it really is just a mentality problem.
I think Fulham also just ran at you guys, and like, you guys weren't expecting that. You were kind of expecting like a low block, kind of just let Liverpool do their thing, and then when like Fulham just ran at you guys, it was insane. But who is that? Was it Joachim Anderson or something like that? I messaged you about, Zach. Who was their centre back from
Was this
Fulham?
Crystal Palace?
Oh, that was Palace. That was the Arsenal Palace game. Breaks my heart that Arsenal are at the top in the Premier League now with us. But Fulham.
So let's
I think
actually-
Fulham pressed as an entire team. Everyone is pressing, bro, and it was working the first half. Late in the second half, I think everyone just got tired, and like that's when the full field press doesn't work. Is if like there's one or two guys that aren't pressing, the full field press doesn't work. But otherwise, Fulham had us hoping, bro, that Liverpool would go down like instantly, first game of the season.
Well, they didn't. So, but it's still very frustrating to be chasing Man City from game one. But they didn't deserve 3 points.
Yeah.
What's the worst result? Liverpool drawing to Fulham or Man United losing to Brighton?
Look, dude, Man United losing to Brighton.
Yeah,
is
I
expected,
think that's-
So, I mean, it's not
that's
really that
way
bad. I think the
Nah,
Liverpool
bro.
draw is pretty frustrating.
The thing is,
What?
how Manchester United lost
Nah.
to Brighton is
Dude, that's
also,
so expected.
also a factor.
Getting absolutely bullied at home. That's normal. That's normal stuff.
Yeah. Liverpool still played away at Fulham. So, first game of the season, that crowd was mad, Yeah. But Manchester United, first game of the season at home, that's just
New
shocking.
manager, new atmosphere. Like there was so much optimism I saw at the beginning of that game, and then it all just completely evaporated.
Yeah, but Graham Potter's
we'll
back,
have to
bro.
see.
He's back in business, bro. The Potheads are back. Yo, but Zach,
Didn't one of
Zach's
us
gonna
say that
struggle.
Brighton was gonna
Dude,
do
I
the
thought they
things
were,
this season, or
dude, I thought Brighton were gonna lack this season. In all honesty, I thought it was about
Yeah,
time, eh?
also.
But maybe I should change my predictions.
they lost
So
Cucurella,
guys,
they
actually,
lost,
maybe
Bissouma.
talking about changing predictions. Maybe Forest is going to go down.
After one game, bro.
I mean that is kind of what we're doing here. Is we're being quite reactionary to what we saw,
yeah.
and Forest did not look good in that game against Newcastle. I have to say.
And I mean, Bournemouth beat Villa 2-0.
That's actually-
I heard.
There's actually a hot take I want to bring up because I think Steven Gerrard will be the first manager sacked.
Your Stevie G.
I mentioned this in one of our prediction podcasts, but I think Steven Gerrard's low-key on a bit of a hot seat with Aston Villa.
I'm going to disconnect now.
Yeah.
I mean, the man has the same record as Gary Neville at Valencia, and that was notoriously like a terrible managerial appointment by Valencia, and somehow no one's talking about like Steven Gerrard's record.
It's just
So-
a hype. It's a Liverpool hype, bro.
No, look, I mean,
It's the Liverpool media
A lot of-
machine spreading their propaganda.
a lot of the stats that you were talking about and you brought up with are stats from the end of last season. I mean, considering that obviously Gerrard came halfway through the season, and he had of course he was at a disadvantage at that point, and I feel like those stats are skewed because of that. So I think if
agree.
you're going to look forward into this season, I don't know. I've got to hope that Gerrard can turn things around,
Didn't
get
they?
that team going.
Didn't they play New?
He's got a decent squad.
Quick question.
They played Bournemouth.
Yo, by
Lost
getting
2-0
chowed
to
to Bournemouth, that's quite heavy.
Did any of you guys watch the Tottenham game?
Yes,
Dude, why would I
sir.
waste my time?
You watched the Tottenham game, Luke?
Of course, bro.
Oh yeah, bro. We're gonna have to get you a Tottenham shirt sometime, eh?
I got the undies already, bro. You just can't show it without getting a flag you or something.
Yo,
Yeah, bro.
honestly,
watch
I
the
thought
Tottenham game.
at the
I wanted
start,
to-
Tottenham
I
looked a
want
little
to
bit
see what's
shaky, eh?
happening.
I thought they looked pretty shaky at the start. But as soon as that first
That's-
goal came
that
in, I
is-
think, we were looking good after
Yeah.
that. And I don't know, for me, like if odd characters score, it just shows that the team's playing well. You get what I'm saying? Because I mean, we had Dyer score,
When
and then we had, in fact, Ryan Sessegnon isn't an odd character, but yeah.
when you guys went down, 1-0, I was contemplating just like messaging you and be like, yeah, Stan, bro, it's not looking good, bro, because you guys started off not the best. Yeah, but I think literally, guys, it's crazy that once you score a goal in the Prem, like the momentum absolutely
Sure it
shifts.
does, eh?
It mental. I was actually just backing my boy Kane because I wanted to see like what the
Yeah.
vibe was this season, how he was gonna do, how he was linking up and stuff. But Kulu and Flippin' Sonny were running the show today.
I think he got man of the match, bro. Kulusevski was insane. And did I say he was my
mental, bro.
young player of the year? Or?
You're young player.
Yeah,
You're
no,
young
I
player
back
this
Kulu.
season,
I
yeah,
think
bro.
he's underrated. Yeah.
He was insane on the right there, bro. Sonny
Keeps
and
better
him
than
were
Louis
doing the
Diaz,
things. I
bro.
think-
Louis Diaz let down my FPL this week, man. Shocker. And I swapped him out
bro,
for
it's-
freaking Kulusevski. I had Kulu there, and I should just back my boys more now, man.
What? You should have,
Terrible.
bro. He was crazy, man. Like, I think for some reason, I think Kane had a bit of like not a slower game, just he dropped a little bit deeper and he was like facilitating things a little bit more. So I think that's GG's to him for doing that. Bro. But when Dyer starts scoring headers like that was flipping banger.
Honestly, the cross from
Also,
Son
bro.
was underrated. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, bro.
Dyer's header was quality,
Everyone had a-
but Son being in that position and sending
Yeah.
a ball in like that is actually great. And I will say,
Yeah,
Kane
bro, I
was
think-
putting up good passes. It's just the issue. The issue is actually kind of on Kulusevski's front, is that he hasn't got a lot of confidence in his right foot, so he always tries to cut back, and that usually just like snuffs out the attack completely. Even Emerson
Yeah.
Royale, like we haven't got someone on that right hand side that just puts the ball in the box instantly. You know, like Kulusevski cuts back, Emerson Royale like dawdles a bit, and like we kind of just need someone like who just puts it in. You know, like first time
Yeah.
takes one dribble and then puts it straight in there. I will say, Perisic
That's
was
what she
actually
said.
crazy
Yeah, bro.
when he came on because like, I know you see like lots of wing backs in the Premier League nowadays. Like, they play it safe too often. You kind of like, come on, dude, just run at the guy, you know, like once or twice. And Perisic, after coming on, bro, like, I don't think he passed back like once. Every single time he got the ball, he just tried to run past this guy. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
like, usually you don't have to completely skill the guy, but just give yourself some space to send the ball in. Like, you know? So, and
Yeah,
typically,
bro.
if the guy's on his heels, like, you must remember he's facing you. So if you run past him, he's got to turn around first. So even if you just get that time, as soon as he turns around, you just send it in. But I don't know if it was match fitness or
Yeah,
what,
bro.
or if just, I mean, Ryan was playing like great as well. So I don't know if the competition was there, or if Conte felt
He
that
did.
Perisic wasn't fit enough, because Perisic didn't start obviously, and he actually came on pretty late. I mean, I think it was also a result of Sessegnon having a yellow card that Perisic came on.
Now, so yeah, you go on quite early, but yeah, bro, Sessegnon was crazy versus who was here? Walker Peters, bro. Them on that like left side for him, right side for Walker Peters was great to watch. Like the whole match was just them pumping it, you know.
Some Tottenham on Tottenham violence there.
Dude, I think I'm sure they must have played together in the academy. Surely.
But yeah,
Or at
bro, I
least
think it was a
for
flipping
England.
solid game. 4 goals to start off the Prem. It would have been nice to keep a clean sheet. But you know what? I told you this, bro. Like, that's the Tottenham way.
Dude,
Don't
honestly,
expect clean sheets, just expect goals.
I'd love to see the stats of where like Tottenham conceded the first goal, but then within a minute scored a goal to equalize. Because
Got
that's
it
just how
back.
Tottenham seems to
Yeah.
play like that, where they kind of lukewarm until someone scores a goal against them, and then everyone just lights up. They're like, "Hey, yo, you know, we can't lose this now." And then like we turn the game around and we win it. So it is a little bit disappointing,
bro, it was
because
crazy,
I mean
like-
that's not going to work against the Liverpools. I can't say the Man Uniteds, but it's not going to work against Liverpools or the Cities, you know.
The good teams, bro. No, but seriously, bro, it's just crazy. They lost the ball. There were like 3-0s on them to win it back, and they did. Like, I'm sure you remember you and I were discussing the Tottenham preseason. O's were chundering, Oaks were like fainting. It was like heavy there in preseason, but you could see it's paying off now in the game. Like, these guys were just running, bro, running. Beautiful, paid off. So that's a really positive start to the season. And my boy
definitely.
Conte looked quite pleased with himself at the end there too. So that's always quite nice. Who's next? Who's going to get child next?
You got the fixtures up there.
We can
Ooh,
charge Chelsea.
Chelsea.
You want to add Chelsea's? I don't know. I didn't watch their game
next
this week.
Oh, we.
Yeah.
I think we need to be ready to accept that Jorginho will be their top scorer again, because I just don't see who else scores goals for them. I mean, they've
Not
got
Timo Werner, he's leaving.
Timo Werner.
I can see
He's pretty much
Sterling.
gone. He's
I
gonna go
can
to.
see
He's
Sterling
gonna
start
go.
cooking soon, bro. Sterling had a
The thing
pretty
is-
decent game.
But it was more of like he was more like a creator. He was like giving people chances. But I just don't see that like high level
Chelsea,
goal scorer unless Brozier. He has a breakout season. He
Ooh.
was decent. He was decent at Southampton. If he has a
Yeah.
breakout season, could maybe see him kind of getting double
Linking up
digits.
there,
But
bro.
I genuinely don't see a double digit scorer in
funny.
a Chelsea team, apart from maybe Jorginho if they get 10.
Chelsea's, after losing Lukaku, are kind of turning into the new City, where they kind of just have wingers. They don't really have a centre forward, a striker.
Yeah. Like Havertz playing in that position is not.
Yeah, no, if
not where it's
we're
at,
being honest with ourselves, Havertz, Werner, like anyone that plays up top there is essentially a winger, just with their like build, their pace, the way they play.
Yeah.
You know.
Anyway, they got the dub. They got the clean sheet. So GG's to Chelsea.
I mean, they did get the win, but I didn't watch the game because I think we had load shedding at that time. But apparently it was pretty competitive, and Everton were in the game, which concerns me if Chelsea are having a competitive game against Everton.
Team
Or
that
maybe
nearly
Frank
got
Lampard's just gonna be
relegated
better
last
than we
season.
think.
Lol.
You know what, Hayden? You bring up a good point. Maybe Chelsea are boosting at Frank Lampard's stock. They're like, we'll give you a competitive game. We won't give you the 3 points, but we'll make it competitive just to boost your rep.
This is the month that Frank Lampard wins Manager of the Month.
Could happen. I mean, speaking of a manager who is well on his way to winning Manager of the Month, Mikel Arteta finally managed to get a win on opening day. It feels like Arsenal always play on opening day, but never get a win.
Come on, you
so-
Gunners.
But yeah, Arsenal's always the first club.
For some reason, yeah, it feels like that. And for some reason, imagining Arsenal going away to Selhurst Park against Crystal Palace on a Friday night with a former player managing him. Like, it just doesn't feel like they should win that game. Like, there should be it should be a
Dude,
draw
I was
or a
waiting
loss,
for
and we
Patrick
should be on the
Vieira.
podcast talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't feel right that Arsenal won that game, and that scares me. That they might actually be a serious club right now.
I mean, they're definitely more serious than Man United. I can tell you that with all
Man, that's
honesty. What was
deal with
Hayes
this
say
anymore.
last podcast? All metrics by all metrics, Arsenal looking
Second
like a
game,
better
this-
team.
The beginning.
I do agree, though. I think Arsenal, at this point, I think Arsenal are probably going to finish in top 4.
You're not gonna lie,
Just
Crystal Palace.
based on this weekend's games.
Yeah,
I
guys,
think they're probably better than
okay.
Chelsea.
I thought Crystal Palace looked sensational. I mean, I was saying earlier with Joachim Anderson,
Yeah.
looked like probably one of the best centre backs in the league, dude. He was going mad, dude, absolutely insane. And I think he's like crossfield 45 passes over the top were like hitting Zaha every single time. It
Dude's got better ping than my computer.
Nah, dude. I think Crystal Palace had a great game, and they shouldn't like be down on themselves. Everyone also played like with heart and like very good physicality. I was joking with Zach. It's almost like Patrick Vieira indoctrinated everyone there. You know, super aggressive. You know, super physical, and like just like absolutely full send. Always on 100%. Always on
Yeah, it
go.
was pretty tight. It was pretty tight. I mean, we're all expecting Jesus to score some bangers. Unfortunately, that didn't come to
Fruition,
right.
yeah.
Sorry?
That didn't come to fruition. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Fruition, yes, guys. Didn't come to fruition. But we got my boy Martinelli, who is... How old is Martinelli?
Man missed a beautiful chance at the beginning of that game.
Martinelli's
One-on-one
21,
with the keeper.
guys. Could be in the chat for the young player too, guys. These guys are...
Yeah, Martinelli looked solid, eh?
yeah.
He looked alright.
Everyone in that Arsenal team looked pretty good.
But then
Odegaard
again,
also
guys,
knows ball.
it is the first game week.
Is the
There's
first
still
game
plenty
week.
of time
It
for Arsenal
is
to be off.
Arsenal.
That's correct.
It is Arteta. We know how they function. They
You
they
know?
play good enough to put their players in your FPL, and then as soon as they're in your FPL, they just throw it away.
They ghost, bro. No, I think they look pretty solid as a team. Hey, even Zinchenko just slotted in so nicely. I think he assisted that game for the first.
Yeah,
or
he
second
did.
Yeah,
goal.
yeah, he did.
He did.
First goal,
He nearly got a great goal by
Mental.
himself. Like I think on like the half volley
Yeah.
or something.
Man slotted in quite nicely. I still think Tierney is like absolute flipping god tier there, but I don't know where he is, or if he's injured, or if he's fallen down the pecking order, or like why he's not really a starter. But I'll take Zinchenko too, bro.
I think Tierney's
had him in my
fitness is
FPL,
the
but
big
took him out.
issue. Yeah, he struggled to stay fit. Injuries have been a
Anyway,
problem
so
for
all the big six were supplying, except for the one we wanted to supply the most, Banduni boy. We can't start this
wait.
new season with
Whoa, Luke, calm down. When was are you sure United's in the top 6? Or a
I
big
think he
six
left
club?
Liverpool out as well because he said all the top 6 provided. So maybe it doesn't because of Liverpool
That is
top
true.
6
That
either.
is true.
I mean, winning silverware is not for everyone. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Zach. You got to. I know.
So
We'll
Like,
see,
we
Hayden.
got-
It's coming.
we-
This season is coming. Chef Conte is cooking up.
Zach.
All right.
Yeah, bro. I know it's a bit of banter, but like losing on game week 1 to Brighton at home.
It's not a great image.
What's going on, bro?
What's the difference between this season and last season? What's the difference between game 1 and game 38? This is just the guy sitting on the bench. Like the squad is basically the same. Like Martinez was the only difference, really. Like,
Yo,
okay.
that is true. Yeah.
Yeah, the
And
squad is
Eriksen,
basically the
bro.
same. We had McFred in the pivot. By the way, Scott McTominay. United are chasing the game. They're 1-0 and then 2-0 down. Scott McTominay completes 8 passes as a central midfielder in the second
Suey.
half.
Yo, that's an L. I also don't understand
Oh,
how
masterclass.
Eriksen and Bruno were playing at the same time. Were you guys playing like a
So that I
four-
don't actually.
like a 4-5-2? You know?
No, we were playing Eriksen as a false 9 initially, which makes sense tactically, because it means that Bruno can make those attacking runs into the box. Eriksen can drop deep, kind of, as like a false 9, drawing the centre-backs out, creating space for Bruno to attack in. It makes sense on paper. The problem is there was just no build-up because Fred and McTominay, it's not something they do. So Eriksen was having to drop deeper and deeper to try and just get on the ball and get United going. So that was an issue. But like I said, there's no difference between this season and last season. The issues that were there last season, lack of build-up, lack of goal threat, David De Gea just generally not being good enough to play for a top half Premier League team. Like, just in general, the issues that were there last season are still there. So, personally, I'm disappointed in the game because I wanted United to win, but I'm more interested to see, like, in the next few months, will Ten Hag make the changes? Will the board back him and get in players who can actually make a difference? That's more what I'm looking at in this game. Because, I mean, if you remember, Arsenal lost their first 3 games last season and were in touching distance of top 4. So I don't think we'll make top 4, but I think that we can still end up having a pretty positive season, even if you get it to a rough start, adjusting to Ten Hag, sort of getting new players in and acclimatizing them to the squad. So
the issue is like, you're like the reverse Tottenham. Is Tottenham have only CDMs and no cams. You have only cams and then McFred. so only
we'll give you Donny if you give us Bentancur.
I don't know. That's a tough deal, eh?
What really are the expectations for Man United this season? Realistically speaking, it's just for Ten Hag to rebuild the club this particular season. I don't think there's a reasonable expectation he's going to win any silverware.
Position-wise, like that's the thing is, if United end up with no trophies this season, finish 5th, like I still think that can be a positive season. It just depends how we get there, and that's why I'm saying like the next few months will tell us how we should feel about it. Because realistically, no one expects United. Like if United nick a Carabao Cup, or maybe we can get the FA Cup, like then I think we're guaranteed a positive season. But no one looks at the United squad and thinks, oh yeah, that's a team that should be in the top 4. You guys are laughing, but do you honestly think
this man is down bad?
The best double pivot is Scott McTominay and Fred? Do you think that team deserves to be in the top 4? Like, let's be honest,
dude. Zach's like me 2020, 2021 season, bro. He's like me November, bro. He just there down bad like your boys.
Let me see this. Stages of grief. Zach is in the acceptance phase. Zach is in the final stage right now. The final stage of grief. That's such an old man.
But honestly, though, like it's what do you expect? What do you expect?
There's a lot happening, bro. I thought this guy was gonna. Looking at those preseasons, bro, that's the only thing that you guys could really go on. And the preseasons, they were decent. There was like some decent link-up play, just direct football. It was like, the Ten Hag way of playing. And like when I watched it today, none of that was translating on the pitch at all. It was like, we hate on McFred, but I think it's just more McTominay, bro. Like we know the potential Fred has if he's just played in the right position and he's got the right people around him. And obviously you got that wrong. I don't know, but it's Ten Hag, bro. So if he's choosing McFred, then obviously he sees something that we don't.
What is alternatives?
You see, true, fair enough. But like, bro, it's quite deep. You start put Ronnie on the bench, and I know you've got like conflicted ideas with that, but he made a difference when they subbed him on, bro. Even if it's just the mentality that he has when he's on the pitch, he was pushing O's forward. Like you go 2-0 down, O's are deflated. No one is pulling through. Like literally, no one was like pulling through that second half, bro. Put Ronnie on. Things were a little bit making a bit more sense. There was a little bit more hype on it. There was even that massive chance for
Rashford
today.
He's another one. I was so worried about him.
That was like point blank.
Just so bad. I was hoping for him, and he's in my FPL, and this guy, I was like, Ronnie's gonna pass. I was like, this is chips, bro. Even I can do this, bro, with one leg. The wrong foot, bro. I could score stuff like that. So, anyway, it just was. You can't even say it just wasn't United's day, bro, because it just wasn't a vibe. But you know,
Look.
Maguire wasn't horrible. He wasn't like directly involved in anything today, so that's always a plus. Shaw, bro. I don't know what was happening there, bro. This guy needs to lust the burgers and get back to 2 seasons ago when he was like on fire. Dalot, bro, I also don't know what to make of him.
Dude,
bro.
him and Dalot were
he had some really good
today,
crosses,
bro.
It's
They
like
were not great at
his
all,
defense
man.
is, yeah, bro. Like Dalot feels like kind of almost a Trent, but worse. Like the passes that he puts in the final third are decent, but then when it comes to the defending, it's like.
It isn't great at all. man.
What you do? Not at all, bro. You know, like you're a defender, so defend first, and then if you can whip in some nice crosses every now and then, GG's. You know, midfield, bro. Eriksen. Mwah! Chef's kiss, bro. It's an absolute flippin' gift watching this guy. He's like a Modric on the field. You know, things are not too lacquer, but when this gets the ball, he looked better in the second half when he had like started dropping deeper a little bit. I don't know, when he wasn't like, you know, necessarily
When he was playing
so high up.
CDM, he looked good.
Just made it look so relaxed there, bro. So I don't know. I think if we can get him positionally correct, I think that could answer a lot of issues. Sancho and Rashi today were not it, bro. I was also hoping for Sancho to light it up today. Wasn't there today. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, hear me out, Zach.
Could be the vibes, you know.
I'm proposing a loan deal. We loan you Skip for a season. You loan us Van der Beek for a season.
No deal. Van der Beek is infinitely better than Oliver Skip.
They play different
What are you
positions.
talking about?
What do you mean? What are you talking
It's
about?
not. It's not a trade, Zach. It's not a trade. We
Yes,
loan
but
him
why
out.
would I? Why would I?
He's not
give you
being
Oliver
used,
Skip?
Zach. He's not being used. He's the third cam there. He's not being used at all, Zach. Come on.
I'd rather play.
He gets some
Fred
playing
McTominay
time.
than Skip.
Skip gets some playing time. You'd rather play McTominay than Skip.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay, no. Okay, I'd rather have Van der Beek and McTominay than I'd rather have Van der Beek over Skip, even if there is some position overlap.
Yeah. Honestly, I think putting Eriksen as a CDM at this point is probably your best hope. I mean, defensively, I feel like he's a hazard. He's a risk. But at this point, I read you guys just write the defense off and just full send. Get everyone there who's got some form of pace up front. You know, keep Sancho in there, although Sancho was terrible today. Keep Rashford in there. Maybe put Martial in there just for some pace. Just for some pace up front. And then Eriksen can just throw them over the top. And that's like your entire playing style, you know?
Look, last word on United here before we finish off on this weekend's games. I think ideally, like Ten Hag's vision is to have Eriksen as an 8, Bruno as an 8, both in the midfield, and then have De Jong as the 6, the defensive midfielder that we've been crying out for. Whether that happens or not, we'll see, because apparently dude's been linked with Chelsea now, dude's been linked with PSG. Like, I don't know if that move's gonna ever happen. I think like last season, the end of last season, we were talking about De Jong coming. I don't know. If it does happen, I think it does improve our midfield a lot. If it doesn't,
I'm wondering if Tottenham's gotten rid of Harry Winks yet.
Dude,
he started. Didn't he start on the weekend?
Didn't Everton reject Harry Winks?
Is Harry Winks playing for Everton now?
Like he was linked
did the
to
deal
them.
go through? Yeah, I know he was linked to them, but I'm wondering if that deal went through.
I think he did. I think
Yeah.
he's at Everton now.
Oh wait.
I'll be interested to see that.
Yeah.
But switching gears a bit away from the Premier League, next week marks the beginning of the La Liga season as well. So I feel like we have to give Luke his 5 minutes here just to preview the season. And to do that, I want to give you a personal hot take that I have, Luke, with regards to the La Liga season.
Okay.
And that is that I think Barcelona will win La Liga. But Real Madrid will go back-to-back in the Champions League. What do you think about that?
Ugh.
Wow. Okay. Underhanded compliment there.
I don't know how to feel about that, bro.
Okay, let me explain myself. So, the reason why I've chosen Barca to win La Liga is because I think that they've done a really good job. Provided they can register all the players they've signed, I think they've done a really good job, like adding depth and quality to the squad at the same time.
Yeah.
So, like, they basically added the best striker in the world, Robert Lewandowski. Like, immediately, that is an upgrade to your team. I mean,
Who's going to win the Ballon d'Or, bro?
according to me, at least, I think I had him above
Okay.
Karim Benzema in my rankings when we did them. So at least top three. Let's say top three striker in the world.
Yeah,
They've
yeah,
added
yeah, yeah,
two
yeah,
centre backs.
You're
Christensen,
two good centre backs, bro.
like
In
Christensen's probably,
fact, Christensen, mediocre centre back. You know, good
but
on
he's
his day.
depth.
But
He's depth because PK is getting old.
Kunde. Dude, what a deal.
Kunde's a beast.
Kunde hurts.
Rafinha,
Don't know where they got the cash
they've added
from, but
him
what
as
a
well.
deal.
I think Kunde's
Like, I
going
just
to
think
be
they've added
more
a lot
like a right back kind of vibe for Barca. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we'll
Barca-
see how that
listen.
works out. But I just think they've added a lot of quality and depth. I'm interested to see how Xavi
Yeah.
takes to a full season under Barca because I thought he was pretty good under them,
Surprisingly
managing
so,
them
yeah.
last season. So I think I'm expecting big things from him. And I think Real Madrid will probably focus more on the Champions League. And I think they're probably built more to take
As
on a
usual.
Champions League run, especially with the way Carlo plays, that low block, counter attack, break Thibaut Courtois turns into a brick wall. Like I think they're built for Champions League victory, and I mean it's in their DNA.
Yeah. Listen, bro. I'm not delusional like some people in this podcast about their clubs and stuff. I'm actually going to welcome the challenge of Barca this season, specifically in La Liga. The thing is, I don't see them necessarily winning La Liga this season. Like, yeah, they've got some quality depth and stuff, and Madrid, to a less extent, the only problem that we have in Madrid, I think, this season is if Benz gets injured or literally anyone in the front line, either Vinny, Rodrigo, or Benz, one of those three, then it's late because we have the only other bra we have for Benz is Mariano because we've like
Mariano.
sold everyone pretty much. Yeah, that's not very nice, unfortunately.
You got
Yeah,
Hazard.
and Barca.
Hazard.
Yeah, but it's
Rodrigo.
like us
Rodrigo.
with. Yeah, but it's like an out and out striker, like just
Yeah, I see you.
some guy that could replace Benz. So that's kind of what we're toying with a lot this season. But otherwise from that, we've also got the same team from last season. Plus, Camavinga is going to be better this season, playing a little bit more regularly. Plus, we have Tchouaméni, and we have more in defense now with Rudiger. So that's looking quite good. So I think Barca definitely at least will definitely be contenders. I think the El Clasico is going to be quite nice now. I think that's going to be
That's gonna be
quite
violent.
some- Yeah, it's going to be
That's gonna be
decent.
hectic,
Like in preseason, these O's are going off, and it's like, so that's going to be, sorry, that's going to be entertaining, at least. But yeah, just because Barca's got a whole bunch of new signings, and remember that one episode, Hayden was just spitting bars about like they have a problem, they fix it immediately, but it's like it never really, Hayden, what you were saying is kind of like they just get the big names, pleases everybody no matter how they do it, and whatever detrimental effect it'll have later. So Lewandowski sounds great. My man's never played in La Liga. He's never played for Barca ever before. So I mean, it could take a year and a bit. Most of these new signings could take a bit of time to adapt. That's kind of what I'm going on.
Bargaining,
at least.
the bargaining is happening, guys.
Yeah, you know what I mean, Jets.
So this
yo,
new
Madrid
signing
doing
has never played for this club before. It can't be good.
Yeah, no, I mean, like it's like
I mean, Haaland has
It's
never
not-
played for Man City before, never played in the Premier League. He just scored 2 goals.
that's true. That is true.
You know,
but it's,
before Salah went
like,
to Liverpool, he had never played for Liverpool.
that's crazy. But was his first season like?
Must have been an outlier.
Lewis getting a little bit older, and my man's.
When
like,
Ronaldo
just
moved to Real Madrid, he had not played for Real Madrid before.
Lewis going on the hype that he's in the actually the biggest farmers league like in the world. They're in the Bundesliga. So
Wow.
this is not me being insecure though, guys. Like I just told you, I welcome it. It's going to be wonderful to have some competition. but I still think Madrid is a little bit more stable, and hopefully that will just get us over the line there. But for Champions League, I don't know, gents. Bayern's looking sexy this season. And City too, guys. I don't care who wins the Champions League as long as it's not PSG. That's literally the only thing I care about in this
Man
world.
City.
As long,
it's Man City, guys. It's an L.
It's Man City.
Everyone's gonna be
personally,
sad.
as a Madrid fan, I just don't want it to be PSG. So if we cannot let it be PSG, vibes and La Liga, I think we'll still win. But I think Barca's gonna definitely be a little bit closer. It's not gonna be such an open. Such an easy race as compared to last season. But I do like that hot take there, Zach. Definitely.
Oh, yeah. So quickly, before we finish things off for the scorer draft, give us your top 4 for La Liga.
Top 4 La Liga. My top 4 for La Liga.
Yes, who you think will be in the top 4, like in order?
Oh yeah. I definitely think Madrid, and then I think Barca, and then actually I think Sevilla is probably going to come third this season, and then probably Atletico. Yeah, I think Sevilla, they had a really good season last season. They've added Isco, they've added some Braz, they've sold some Braz. Atletico kind of just seems a little bit, they don't seem so fluid as they used to be. So that's personally just what I think is going to be La Liga this season. Hopefully I can get some Barca players to have their say though too, so we can just see it from the other side.
We will indeed have some Barca guests on the show. And then to finish this off this week, we have week 1 of the scorer draft. The way we've worked the order this season, I've decided, because you guys weren't happy with the snake draft last season, is I've randomly selected the order using a random name generator on the internet, so completely unbiased. You guys are going to have to trust me. So the order this week is going to be Daniel, myself, Luke, and then Hayden.
Oh, wait.
Hayden took that surprisingly well. I was expecting some fight back.
You know what? I have learned to expect Manchester United corruption.
Wow. He says when we have a Real Madrid fan on the podcast.
Nah, but your corruption is you're the one that did the draw.
Dan?
Yeah.
Who are you going to be going with?
Honestly, I want to go with a City player, seeing as they're playing Bournemouth, just exploit some weak spots. But honestly, with City at this point, I'm like, damn, who's really going to do the scoring? I think I'm just going to go big, KDB. I cover all the bases there, The free kicks.
That's a big one to start off with.
Yeah, let's start off hot, Start off hot.
So just a reminder, this means that Daniel will not be able to select Kevin De Bruyne for the rest of the season. All of us can still select him, but once you've selected a player, you cannot use him again for the rest of the season. I'm next, so I'm going to be following your line of thinking, Dan. I'm also going to go with the City player. I'm not sure where he's going to start, but I think, I wanted to go Haaland, but I'm going to go with this guy because I want to save the Haaland pick. I'm going to go Jack Grealish.
Jackie. Guess we'll see.
Okay,
I just think City is going to run rampant at Bournemouth. Luke?
I'm riding on the vibes of continuity and what's it? What's this word, gents? Like when you're on fire.
Momentum.
Form! I'm running on form. Yeah. I'm gonna go.
Momentum, impetus. You were right, Hayden.
Momentum, bro. I'm backing this homie, my boy Mitrovic from Fulham this season. I mean, this next game week against Wolves.
Who are they playing?
I think, playing Wolves. Away at Wolves, though, so that's a bit of a weird pick. But my man dribbled past Van Dijk like he was flipping back at Celtic, and look at Aiden. He's gonna be my pick for next week.
Alexander Mitrovic for Luke. Hayden, finally, who are you going to be going with?
Screw everyone. I'm just going to go with Haaland. Yeah.
Okay, Hayes. Okay.
You know what? That's not a bad shout.
Yeah.
It's a great shout.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, he's
There
probably
are
gonna
some-
bag. So
Yeah.
it's
True.
Anyway, that brings us to the end of this week's podcast. If you have enjoyed, please like, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating and a review. And until next week, this has been the True Sense Footy crew or the True Sense Footy podcast. Have a good day.